Hi, I'm Rick, and this is a Talk Tonic session here at RetailNOW 2024. I'm joined by a partner of ours, Barb Lewis from Delaware Valley Registers in the Philadelphia area. Barb, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. This is an intimate one because you're a partner of ours already, right? We're not talking to a vendor or a competitor. Tell me in your mind, what makes a good point of sale partner?
What we were looking for was communication. We wanted somebody to be able to answer the phone when we call at a high level. We want somebody to be able to have the conversation that we need to have about maybe tweaking things for specific applications, different merchants. And we found that with Tonic. You guys always answer the phone. You're a tech company and you're using tech to improve the customer service. And we enjoy that.
It's good to hear. That's what we strive for. Be good people and communicate with our partners. You've been in this business quite a while, right?
Yep.
And back to the cash register days, your dad?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, we started the business in 1973. My dad started it.
That's a great year. 1973 is a fantastic year, personally speaking. So, and you've been around the RSPA for how many years?
Well, I have been attending personally probably for the last 8 years. My father, he was one of the original ICRDA, it used to be called, members when they first formed the organization.
That's great. That's great. This is 20 years for me here. So I became a partner in 2004. So it's exciting kind of looking back on the past. Barb, I got to know you personally on an install, on your first Tonic install. And you know, one of the things I always say about new products and products that you're taking on for the first time is you never know everything about them until the first time you go to deploy them. And sometimes there are challenges, and there were definitely some challenges on that first one. I'm happy to say, I think at this point we have a very happy customer there.
We absolutely have a happy customer. And honestly, the fact that you were willing to come up, you flew up, and you didn't even just fly in to say, hey, good luck or anything. You stuck it out for 3 days. And the problems we had were not necessarily Tonic. It was IP cabling, and it was more on sort of the customer side that we were having trouble getting things syncing, you might say. But you sticking it out and being there for us for those 3 days, it would have been a disaster otherwise because we needed the extra hand. And we're a small company. There's 2 of us. It's usually plenty. But with, our first install and then some IT issues with the site, being a 3-person store, it meant a lot to us. And our customer was so impressed that a software company would send someone there just to make sure that it went well and that they were happy.
That's something that, personally, I take a lot of pride in what we do with resellers, my personal relationships with resellers. A lot of that comes from I'm been thrown into the fire many, many times in the point of sale space, especially back in my days as a reseller. I remember, there's the expectation of we're going to be on site maybe 3 hours this day and 2 hours this day. And that turns into 16 hours on day 1 and 15 hours on day 2. But again, it's all about taking care of the customer.
Yeah. And unfortunately, we don't know what we don't know.
Right.
So you sort of just have to have every kind of cable, extra tool. I love alien tape. I don't know if anybody else has tried to use that, but have it all in the bucket and you're just going to be pulling from stuff to make sure the install goes well.
Yeah.
And honestly, since the install, it's been flawless.
These are the secrets that for the resellers out there, maybe you're just getting started, maybe you've been doing it for years. One of the things that I did in my day was I bought everybody the same tool bag. We had a checklist of the tools that were in that bag. Those bags were in everybody's car. So we had a few business vehicles. The tool bags were always in the car, extra cables, all that kind of thing. And it does make a difference when you're at a site and you don't have to run to Staples or Home Depot to buy things. Having it with you and being prepared is huge. And I saw that you guys had the box of stuff, right? These are the things we might need today.
We do. We have the big box and it is loaded with, like I said, everything like cables, switches, every kind of tool you can imagine. Tweezers. I mean, because you're going to drop the screws somewhere that you can't reach, and that's so helpful. Extra power strips.
Proper prior preparation prevents poor performance, right? That's the 6 Ps.
Yeah.
Some people know it as the 7 Ps, but For this PG audience, we'll stick to the 6. A lot of times we talk to resellers recently, and they've had, they went maybe 10 or 15 years selling a product, and then all of a sudden in the last 6 or 7 years, they've sold 5 products because things have changed in the marketplace, acquisitions happen, that kind of thing. We've heard a lot of resellers say, things were going well, but we kind of had the rug ripped out from under us, those kind of things. Tell me what, number one, kind of the history there a little bit, but number 2, and more importantly, when you look for a partner going forward, what do you look for and what do you see?
As you said, our industry is ever changing, as even with Tonic is ever changing. And I think as both our company evolves and our customer base sometimes switches up, just like you're saying, sometimes there's maybe more of a hospitality demand, there's more of a retail demand, an e-commerce. We sort of get opportunities with different types of clients at different times, and we need to add or subtract to our line card, essentially. I was impressed that Tonic obviously does a great job with restaurant, hospitality, quick service. We've also been able to use it for a light retail environment because it handles that. It's solid. It does that. We have no problem. And I think that's important. Any changes as the industry changes, like with the cash discounting, surcharge, dual pricing, as the industry changes, the software has to change with it because the customers and the dealers are going to demand it. And you guys seem to be, if not a step ahead, that you're already going to be introducing that. You're like right in line with everyone else.
Yeah, that's something that, as we move forward here with our partner channel, that we want everybody to hear is if you look at our development side and our product side, that team is growing big time. We're pouring money and we're pouring resources in. But more importantly, I think you've seen the Tonic culture, right? And I think that's the most exciting part to me is we're putting the right people in the right seats. And we're starting to see the fruits of that already. And the sky's the limit in the future. So.
Well, and like you said, I've seen the culture, the people. I've known of Bold Tonic for years. I have had conversations with different people in your organization because, it looked good, but we like to vet people that we do business with because it matters to us. It's our income,
yeah.
And our reputation on the line. So that was something, in the last year, we knew we wanted to get on board with you guys because we were hearing excellent conversations from other dealers. We had tried the product. We knew it was solid. So I think it is important that also other dealers, that they should be able to kick the tires in a way with Tonic. And you guys are willing to do that. You give a demo. We can sit there and go through it and see if it's going to meet the needs of our customers. And that was really helpful.
Yeah, ultimately, when I talk to people about Tonic or about our partner program, there's a lot there, right? There's a product, but then it has to be the right partnership. It has to be the right, values and everything for people. I like to let them know that I used to live on that side of the fence. That was my income for 16 years of my life, right? And if it's not the right partner, or if it evaporates overnight, that's very painful. And that's been happening recently. So we're excited because I think we're building something for now and for the future so that people in your shoes, reseller partners, have a product that they can rely on for many, many years to come.
It's been a wonderful product to work with, and the people as well. You guys are great.
Excellent. That's great to hear. Well, we're running out of time. I absolutely appreciate your time coming on here to talk Tonic today with me, Barb. And I look forward to the future with Delaware Valley Registers.
Thank you.
Thank you.